Following day 2 of cleanup is beginning this morning after storms on Saturday night swept across the Twin Cities, leaving behind a ton of damage and knocking out power for about 50,000 homes. Over the past 24 hours, Xcel Energy crews have been really working hard to restore power. Right now, less than 2,000 customers are still in the dark, but they are expected to get their lights back on today.
Now, one of the hardest hit places was Waconia. Audrey Russo is live there right now with a closer look at the damage out there. Audrey.
Yeah, Jason, you can see cleanup efforts have really started to begin here out on the north side of Lake Waconia. You can see the snap tree now getting sawed neatly into logs, but there's still a lot of cleanup ahead for the folks in this area. John says this was pretty much the direct hit, the direct line of hit for these tornadoes. Take a look over there. You can see that mighty tree felled on that person's property. Those roots pretty much picked up out of the ground like a toothpick out of a club sandwich and just laid on the front lawn of that person's yard. Now, the National Weather Service confirms that 4 tornadoes hit this area Saturday night into the Sunday morning. There were 2 EF1 tornadoes and 2 EF0 tornadoes. And what you're looking at is a look at the 2 strongest ones that came through this area. But really, when we spoke to the neighbors who live in this neighborhood, they really credit the fact that there were no injuries reported in either Hennepin or Carver County, and they really credit the emergency alert system for that. They say that they got that alert on their phones just after midnight Sunday. One neighbor we spoke to said that he ran down to his basement, hunkered down there for about 20 minutes while the storm came through. Take a listen.
We all know what it sounds like with a wind coming up against your windows and how you feel that, but usually it comes and goes like with gusts, and this was just sustained. And sustained, it got a little bit stronger and stronger and stronger. So I figured that was time to head down.
So 2 EF1 tornadoes and 2 EF0 tornadoes, those are the 2 weakest classifications of tornadoes. But even then, there were gusts of up to 95 miles an hour coming through this area in one of the EF tornadoes. So really, it doesn't take a lot to cause a lot of damage when it comes to these strong winds that come through this area. Again, a lot of cleanup is underway. I actually reached out to Carver County's emergency management to see if they have an exact dollar amount of exactly how much property damage was done. But again, no injuries reported in either Carver or Hennepin County. So that's some good news to report this morning. Jason, Alicia.
Very good news, but it's going to be a long day and a long week of cleanup for folks out there. Audrey, thank you very much for giving us a closer look at that damage. We're also tracking